Good evening and welcome to high school baseball here on 18 WJTS TV. I'm Kurt Gooksell and welcome out to Rookser Field. The Northeast Dubois Jeeps in town to take on the Wildcats. The Wildcats come off a win last night against Jeffersonville. They are 11-4. The Jeeps 1-10 so far with a very young squad under second-year head coach Luke Willems. And the Wildcats tonight will go with Cam Killian, the junior right-hander. Colby Piper will be on the hill for Northeast Dubois, a Jasper team. And head coach Terry Gilbert got this field in working condition. So the guys can play baseball tonight after all the weather earlier in the day. So we'll take a break. We'll have high school baseball, Jasper and Northeast Dubois, coming up next on 18 WJTS. Welcome back to Rookser Field here on WBDC and WJTS 18 television. Northeast Dubois in at Jasper to take on the Wildcats. If you're ready now, the 9-4 Luke Willems, the head man of the Northeast Dubois Jeeps, leading off in center, Eli Schote. Bryce Merkel bats second and left. Reese Bauer is the shortstop in the 3-hole. Logan Maringer is at third. Logan Lampert is at first base. Colby Piper doing the pitching, batting seventh. Ethan Ziegler at second base. Nick Leakin behind the plate, and Austin Knight rounds out the Jeep lineup. He is in right field as Cam Killian climbs the hill for the Wildcats, a junior right-hander, 1-0 with a 2.0 ERA, his fourth appearance. This will be his second start of the season. He has worked 9 innings on the mound, 10 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He has walked 2 and walked 1. The opposition hits .286 against his pitching. Isaac Bartley will be in left, and center Eli Hope. In right field will be Jacob Albrand for the Cats. The infield, Andrew Wallace at third. At shortstop, Josh Weidenbender. At second base, Grant Albrand. At first base, Philip Noblet, and Ross Peter is the catcher for the Wildcats. Jasper, again, 11-1 after their win last night at Jeff on the Carter Stom two-hitter, fanning 12. The Jeeps are 1-10 coming in with their young group this baseball season. So Schote will get in. Again, cloudy, overcast skies here at Rookser Field. The wind blowing a lot. It's swirling. We may have some weather later on. We certainly hope not. That's why they moved it up an hour earlier to try to beat the weather. And we are about ready to go here at Alvin C. Rookser Field as Killian stares in. And here's the first pitch. Ball fouled straight back, and we're off and running at 5:38 game time temperature, 73 degrees here at Alvin C. Rookser Field. 0-1 to Schote with Merkel and Bauer to follow. And here comes the next pitch from Killian. He shoves it outside, 1-1. Pace Jenkins behind the plate. And Kevin Holzman on the bases, our friends in blue tonight. The 1-1 offering from Killian. Hit on the ground is short. Weidenbender will deal with that thick, wet grass. Throw on to Noblet and get his man. 1 up, 1 gone here in the visitor first for the Jeeps. For Bryce Merkel. So Merkel will stand in. Killian again. Out on the hill. Again, his second start. Started down at rights and went 5 innings as he throws it by Merkel, 0-1. His last work came in that 9-3 loss to Castle back on April 11th. 3 innings of relief of Isaac Bartley. This one is cut on, and it's 0-2 with 1 away. No score, top of the first from Alvin C. Rookser Field in Jasper. Third baseman Wallace off the line, and even with the bag, he will throw it. Will Killian, chopped up over the mound. Killian jumps up, grabs it, and throws on to Noblet. 2 ground outs right away. Again, just a fantastic job of getting this field worked. They actually had a chance to mow the infield as well. And it's like guys trying to play ball. So that's good because you get back into these times where you can't make games up, and any chance you get to play, it's welcome because I'm sure both these teams, like a lot of teams, in the last 3 weeks of the season as the first pitch dances into Bauer, it's 0-1. It's hard to make games up with synchronizing the 2 teams' schedule that just got rained out. Another one pumped in. It's 0-2 quickly. So Killian Works quick. It's 0-2 with 2 gone. Bauer waits, and here is that 0-2 offering. Ball slammed up the middle. It's going to get stuck in that grass. Weidenbender can't get it out of his glove, and it's an error. Probably couldn't grab it because it's wet as it slid through the grass, and it's a base runner with 2 outs. Weidenbender had an error last night at Jeffersonville, and we talk about him. When he makes an error, it's like front page news. The time he had to come and get it. And here comes Logan Maringer. Infielders tonight may want to play closer to home plate. First pitch to Maringer, cut on and missed. Even the coaches before the game, you got to be a man to drive it through this infield in infield practice. It's rained 100 inches in the last week, it seems like. A throw over, back without a dive is Bauer. No score, top of the first. Jeeps at the plate. Kurt Gooksell here at Rookser Field. Jeremy Marcos with our video on 18 WJTS. Game will air later on tonight at 10. And Brian Schwank back at the command center, better known as the Beezer. 1-1 the count. Killian out there dealing with the cleanup hitter, Logan Maringer. Plateward runner takes off. Down the middle with the pitch. Throw down to second base. Sails high. And it's a stolen base. And it's 1-2 as Bauer with good speed took off. And he went in head first. Now the Jeeps have a man in scoring position. Jeeps in their gray uniforms, gray pants, gray tops, different shades of gray. Jasper in white uniforms with black stripes. Here's the pitch. Ball fisted into shallow right. Jacob Albrand will come in and make the catch for the third out of the inning. Jeeps get a base runner on the air, but they leave him out there through a half. Wildcats nothing, Jeeps nothing. More high school baseball after this. Piper, the Jeep freshman, will start the ball game on the hill. Bryce Merkel's out and left. Eli Schoten center for the Jeeps. Austin Knight and right. Logan Maringer, Reese Bauer, Ethan Ziegler, and Logan Lampert, the infield third to first behind the plate. Nick Leakin. For Northeast Dubois, the Wildcats will bat this way, leading off and playing shortstop Josh Weidenbender. Grant Albrand's at second in the 2-hole, followed by Trevor Kropp. He'll hit for the pitcher, Cam Killian. Andrew Wallace cleans up at third. For the Wildcats, Isaac Bartley is in left field. Eli Hof in center. Jacob Albrand in right. Philip Noblet at first. And Ross Peter is behind the plate for the Wildcats tonight. Bottom of the first we go. Cats last night, 8 hits in that game against Jeffersonville. Got down 1-0, came battling back. Weidenbender shortens up as if the bunt, takes it for a strike. It's 0-1. Third baseman Maringer in on the grass. Weidenbender comes in from the left side of the 0-1 Port plate where he slashes it foul over the Jeep dugout, third base side. And quickly he's down 0-2. Play him to pull in the outfield. Again, winds twisting around Rookser Field. Piper brings it. Fastball misses outside. And the count goes to 1-2. Terry Gilbert on the coaching line at third. Over at first base, Jason Albrand. The 1-2 pitch, and that bounces up there, and it's ball 2, 2-2. The break even now to Weidenbender. Hits it foul in the batter's box. 2-2 and holding to the Wildcat shortstop, Josh Weidenbender. Jeeps retired in order. Actually, not retired in order. They had a guy reach on an error. The 2-2 Weidenbender breaking ball served on the ground through that grass. Ziegler throws on to first base. One gone. Last night at Jeffersonville for the Cats, they played on a very fast cut infield, and ball was skipping left and right almost like turf as Grant Albrand stands in, the second baseman. Knocked in a run last night, had 2 hits with an RBI. He chops this one foul toward the on-deck circle, occupied now by Trevor Kropp. No score here on WBDC 18 WJTS. Glad you could join us on a Thursday night when it looked improbable that we would have baseball. This one skips up there, and it is 1-1. 1-1. Allbrand up in the box against Piper. The next pitch. Check swing, fouls it off third base side. And it's 1-2 now. Play Allbrand to pull. They're off the line and left with Bryce Merkel. Piper will drop and drive the 1-2. Again, hit foul. Straight back. Here comes 1-2. Again. Left it upstairs. With one away, Allbrand at the plate. Jeeps occupy the third base dugout tonight. The Wildcats over on the first base side. The 2-2 offering as it starts to lighten up out here, and it's 3-2. Just never know about what it's going to do weather-wise. These springs are amazing. 3-2. Allbrand lofts it into left field. Merkel had him played perfectly, and there are two away. Cats got together with Northeast Dubois in their controlled scrimmage. It was not a game. They do situations. They send 9 or 10 guys to the plate per, inning. Pitchers work, fielders field, and they put base runners out on the bases to just work on a lot of different things as Croft stands in. He had a pinch hitting appearance against Jeffersonville last night due to a bad ankle. Team leading 3 home runs as he gets in. 1-0 in favor, or actually 1-0, I should say, on the board here, count-wise with 2 away. Piper throws it, hit on the ground to third. Up with it is Logan Maringer, has time, guns it to first base. They'll have to tag Croft, and they do, to retire the side. The Wildcats go in order here in the home first. Through a 1 inning of play, Jasper 0, and the Jeeps 0 will break, and we'll have more after this. Kurt Gooksell, Brian Schwank back at the command center as we get ready to go here in the top of 2. Logan Lampert leads things off for the Jeeps against Killian. The first pitch of the half inning, chop foul, third base side. And it's 0-1 as we play here in the top of 2. No score between the Jeeps and the Wildcats. Killian gets a new baseball. I'm sure they'll be shifting those in and out tonight, the 0-1. A little bit low. The count squares at 1-1. Cat outfield, bunch this man toward the gaps. They're off the line and left and right. Here's the pitch. Hit again, foul, third base side. They cover the mound and home plate at most places, and that is the customary here at Rookser Field. They got the grassed in baseline, so that helps. So you just deal with some of the dirt as this one is swung on and missed, and a strikeout for Killian. A lot of times people just look at the dirt areas being wet or not being wet in some cases, but you cannot slosh around in the infield at places, and you can't slosh around in the outfield. And this outfield is very, very wet. One hop hit back to Killian. He will run it halfway to first base and underhand it to nobble it for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 gone. Killian has retired the last 3 since the air back in the first. No score, top at 2. Glad you could join us tonight here on WBDC. Next pitch, forthcoming. Strike to Ethan Ziegler, and it's a strike 0-1. Cardinals off tonight. They get ready to start a series with Cincinnati at Busch tomorrow. Ball popped up, straight back, out of play 0-2. Reds finish up their series with the Atlanta Braves. That series tied at a game apiece. 0-2 here. Killian throws it. Barely miss outside portion. Cubs and Dodgers at Wrigley later on tonight. Cubs going for the 3-game sweep of the previously hot Dodgers. The 1-2 hit on a line and nobbled at first base, takes it out of the air for the third out of the inning. A relatively stress-free top of the second for Cam Killian. Will take a break, and we'll come back with the Wildcat home second. No score at Rookser. We're back after this. Back out at Alvin C. Rookser Field. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. I misspoke. The Cubs and Dodgers played afternoon baseball, and the Dodgers beat the Cubs to avoid getting sweep. Thanks to Henrik Smagley, the Herald, with that Cubs hat on. He would know these games run together. Not only do the high school games run together, but these big league games run together. I know for certain that the Reds and the Braves are playing night baseball tonight. As Wallace steps in, here's the first pitch, is low. It's Bark in the Park night at Great American Ballpark. I'm sure they'll have fun with that, all 3,527 people that show up for that Titanic struggle. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Wallace. No score here in the bottom of the second. Wallace, Bartley, and Ho for the Wildcats. Logan Maringer off the line and even with the bag at third. Piper brings it home. Another chopper back to the mound, and he will run it towards first base. An underhand flip to Lampert, and it is one gone, I should say. So Bartley gets in for the Wildcats. He had a 2-hit night down at Jeff last night. Cats an 8-hit attack in beating the Red Devils, who were 10-4 coming in. Bartley back deep into left, but Merkel will draw a beat on it and make the play for the second out of the inning. That ball took off the bat and kind of died. That wind knocked it down. And here comes Eli Hope standing in, the center fielder. So Hof ready. Fastball outside corner for a strike. Comes the next pitch. Tries to drop down a bunt. Foul ball. Pace Jenkins was quickly on that. So Hof down 0-2. Jacob Albrand is on deck. The 0-2 offering to Hof. Called third strike outside corner. Piper got him. The Wildcats go in order here in the home second through 2. No score, Jeeps and Wildcats. We'll step aside and have more baseball after this. Welcome back to Alvin C. Rookser Field. We go to the top of the third. Nick Leakin, Austin Knight, and Eli Schote, the scheduled hitters for the Jeeps here. No score. Cam Killian, a 3-up, 3-down inning last frame. Pumps this one right in there for a strike, 0-1. They probably will want to get this one moving a bit. The 0-1, that dies outside, and it is 1-1. Next pitch. That skips low. Wallace even with the bag and off the line at third. The 2-1. Dots the outside corner. 2-2. Killian works on the left-hand side of the pitching rubber as he looks in. Fisted foul, first base side, out of play. Lights are on. Not full effect, obviously. It's been dark and gray all day. Got a lot of rain over the noon hour, lunch hour deal. The 2-2 pitch from Killian. Hit on the ground first. Noblet will run it to the bag. One gone. So Austin Knight, the right fielder, will get in. So Jeeps with one away in the top of the third. Jeeps, very young squad as they head into 2019, gearing up for their tournament in Class A. Ball fouled away as he tries to bunt. They have no seniors on their roster. Merkel, a freshman. We saw him earlier. He plays left field. Next pitch. Inside. And it's 1-1. Cats and Jeeps on a Thursday night out here at Alvin C. Rookser Field. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. It's a 7 o'clock start. They usually play a JV freshman type of deal beforehand. They banged that yesterday to a 6:30 start. Now tonight at 5:30. The 1-2. That's why you keep it to WBDC or your favorite social media. Couldn't do that 20 years ago. Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, along with the radio and the media, the newspaper, ball cut out and missed. You can find out just about anything as it's strike three. They throw down to first, and a couple of strikeouts for Cam Killian. Just amazes me the way you can get your word out this day and age as Eli Schote will stand in. He grounded to Weidenbender, tried to drive it through that wet infield grass. Pops this one up foul, out of play. And it's 0-1. A lot of zeros on that scoreboard. The Wildcats did make a error back in the first. No harm done. The 0-1 from Cam. Squibb back to the mound. He steps off the hill to the first base side, throws on, and we'll set the world record tonight for 1-3 putouts tonight, it looks like. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. No score. Cats and Jeeps will have more after this. Back to Rookser Field we go. We head to the bottom of the third. Jacob Albran, Philip Noblet, and Ross Peter will be the hitters for Jasper against Colby Piper at a 3-up, 3-down inning. Each of the first 2 innings, Albran takes a high fastball, 1-0. Glad you could join us here on Thursday night baseball between 2 Dubois County combatants that used to play in the sectional together back in the day, but not since 98, or actually 98. 97 was the last single-class tournament. The Wildcats won that state championship at Victory Field the first year that they played it at Victory Field. Next pitch, in for a strike. Three and one to Albran. And is also in for a strike. 3-2. They won the last championship in '96 that was staged at Busch Stadium. That was their first title. Ball hit on the ground slowly to Meringer once again. He's up with it and barely cut down Albran, who was hustling down the line. 1 away.
Batting for Jasper, the first baseman, number 16, Philip Noblet.
So Noblet will stand in. Here comes the pitch. Swung out and missed for Phillip, playing first base again with Croft out. Sometimes he hits, sometimes he doesn't. Ball hit on the ground. Bauer will circle. He'll charge hard. Fielded on the infield grass. Throw it low. Dug out by Logan Lampert. Nice play. Saved Bauer in air, and there are 2 away.
Batting for Jasper, the catcher, number 10, Ross Peter.
Ball's got to be wet because he got to it in a hurry. If it kind of threw it low. Bauer, a really good shortstop. Ross Peter gets in. He takes it for a called strike, 0-1. Piper, just like Killian, works fast. Pitch back to the screen, and it's 1-1. So Peter to be fouled by Weidenbender if Ross gets on. Misses outside, 2-1. Bottom of the third we play. 2-1 with 2 away. Next pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 3-1. Piper has not walked a batter. Not given up a hit either. And he's walked man now. So a free pass right there. That turns the order back to the top for Josh Weidenbender, who hit a ball to second earlier. Nathan Schmidt will run at first base as a courtesy to the catcher. Teams run for the catcher and run for the pitcher in high school baseball, unless you got speedy pitchers or speedy catchers, or you just want them out on the bases. Usually you'll get the pitcher off. Sometimes the catchers will run. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike to Weidenbender. Weidenbender comes in at .333 on the season. They hold the runner on with 2 outs. Weidenbender hits it wide of the bag at first toward the Wildcat dugout. Bounces around in there. Cats up on the railing on the first base side. Beautiful Alvin C. Rookser Field. 0-2 to Weidenbender. He'll try to fend off Piper here. Here's the pitch. Fastball high. 1-2. The freshman right-hander. Here's the pitch. Ball lined back into right, but right at Knight, and he'll make the catch for the third out of the inning. Through 3, Jasper nothing, Jeeps nothing. We'll take a break, and we'll have more high school baseball right after this. Welcome back to Rookser Field. Play goes to the top of the 4th. No score. Jeeps and Wildcats here at Rookser. Bryce Merkel, Reese Bauer, and Logan Maringer, 2, 3, and 4. In the Jeep lineup here is Merkel. Gets in from the right side. His second plate appearance. Pops this one straight back. It's 0-1. Merkel grounded back to the hill earlier. In fact, Killian has fielded 3 balls back to him on the mound. Piper a couple as well. This one dots the outside corner. It's 0-2 quickly to the Jeep left fielder, Bryce Merkel. This one outside. This one popped again, foul. So it's 1-2. Killian with nobody out deals that 1-2. Struck him out. So Killian gets his third punch out of the game. 1 gone in the top of the 4th. And here comes Reese Bauer, the shortstop. Reached on an air, got to second base on a stolen base. So he gets in from the right side with 1 away. Killian brings it to him. It is low. And Bauer, the junior, does some work on the mound. Had him earlier against Southridge up at Northeast Dubois in a wild game. Back and forth for a while. Raiders able to win it, but ball was jumping out of there. The 2-0 from Cam Killian to Bauer. Chopped foul, third base side, and into a pool of water in the brick dust. If Coach Willems would have charged that perhaps from the third base coaching box, maybe no, that was not going to be fielded. Bauer hits this one into left center field. That's going to chase that one up near the wall. It will be up near the warning track. Bauer rounds first base. He's in at second with a stand-up double. First hit of the game, a ringing double that Bartley and Hof had to go chase. So the Jeeps are runner in scoring position for Logan Maringer. Sophomore third baseman climbs in. 1 man gone here. Killian works from the stretch for the second time tonight and will throw it home. It goes low, and it's 1-0. So 1 away. Third baseman Wallace even with the bag and way off the line at third. Killian checks that runner a couple of different times and comes home. This one hit into left field for a base hit. Bauer with the ball in front of him had to wait to see it go through, which is your baseball rule. And the runners are on the corners, first and third on back-to-back hits. If you're at second, the ball has got to be at you or behind you towards center for you to move up. That ball was in the hole between third and short, and he waited back to see if Weidenbender would get it. He did not, so he advances to third. But the Jeeps have the go-ahead run 90 feet away here. Here's the pitch. Little safety squeeze up the first base side, and it's foul. Wind really kicking out toward left field now. Lambert tried to bunt, but Bauer, I don't think, crept down the line too far. Ball's going to stick in that grass. You're not going to push it at a fielder, so to speak. Wallace comes in on the grass at third, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball hit on the ground toward Wallace. He goes off to his right. He'll have one play. That's the first base, and the Jeeps lead 1-0 on the RBI ground out. Bauer comes in to score as he doubled earlier. The inning continues for Piper. Two away. Runner at second now for Piper. He grounded back to the mound earlier. Hit up the middle. Weidenbender charges. Gloves on the grass. Throws on to Noblet to retire the side. But the Jeeps draw first blood here in the visitor fourth. 1-0. Northeast Dubois will step aside and have more high school baseball after this. Jeremy Marcos with our video on 18 WJTS. You can watch this game later on tonight at 10. Beezer Schwank back at the command center. 1-0. The Jeeps lead heading into the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Grant Allbrand, Trevor Croft, and Andrew Wallace. 2, 3, and 4 in Terry Gobert's lineup here for the Cats. We'll be back out here Tuesday night as Forest Park comes in here for a Dubois County matchup. That'll be really good. We'll have Southridge baseball next Wednesday. Corden comes to League Stadium. We'll have Southridge baseball next Thursday on the road at Gibson Southern. Raiders had their game last night against Tecumseh. They were leading 2-0 in the third before the rains came at League Stadium against Tecumseh. They were off to a good start against a good, brave team. Grant Allbrand stands in. He flew out to left in his previous plate appearance against Piper. Jeeps lead 1-0. Allbrand goes the other way, hits it on a line, and it goes over the head of Bryce Merkel. And Allbrand will round first base. He'll be in at second. Looked like Merkel was going to make that play, but it went over his head, and the Wildcats have the tying run at second base for Croft, who grounded to third earlier. So Allbrand out at second. Piper deals to Croft. Good pitch outside corner, but just missed. And it's 1-0. 1-0 Jeeps here, bottom of the fourth from Alvin C. Rookser Field. Piper will come home. Breaking ball and a good one in for a strike in the count squares. At 1-1. Pitch on the way. Croft hits it up the middle. It's going to get stuck in the grass. Bauer out near second. Gloves and makes the play. One gone. Up to third, Allbrand. So Croft moved him up. One away. Now the Cats have a couple of different cracks at it here to tie the game. Wallace grounded back to the mound earlier. Allbrand will take his lead in foul territory down the third base line. Breaking ball in for a strike. Take that lead in foul territory in case you get hit. It's a foul ball. If you're in fair territory, you're out. Only thing that hurts you if you're in foul territory and it hits you is being hurt yourself if the ball hits you. But if you're in fair and it hits you, you'll get yelled at by the coach and you'll still get hurt. The 1-1 now to Wallace, the third baseman tonight. Rips it into center field. It will hang up. Diving play by Schote, and he made the play. The Cats did not tag up at third base after he had to dive for it. Because if it gets down, you're going to score anyway. So the Cats now with 2 outs, and Bartley will stand in. So they had Piper on the ropes a bit, and they still may as the pitch is in for a strike to Bartley. He flew out to left earlier. Piper and the Jeeps lead 1-0. Here's the next pitch. Low, blocked nicely by Nick Leakin. 1-1 the count to the hitter Bartley. On deck for the Wildcats, Eli Hof. Cats trying to tie this ball game. 1-1. Piper looks at the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Right down central to Bartley. 1-2. 2 away. Wind howling out toward left field. The 1-2 to the Wildcat left fielder outside. We declined to use the crowd mic that we usually put on top of the press box tonight because that would have got a lot of wind whipping through your radio or mobile device. The 2-2 blocked It's going to get away momentarily from Leakin, but he pounces on it. Piper covers third. Now it's 3-2 to Bartley. Leakin tried to block it. Those catchers, they just try to keep it in that circle, and instead of letting it go back to the screen, you get on your all fours and put the glove between your legs to try to block the ball. 3-2 with 2 outs to Bartley, the tying run at third. Piper will come plateward with the payoff, and he walked him. So runners on the corners, the second walk of the game for Piper. And here comes Hof, the center fielder. Bartley, the runner at third. Hof at the plate. Here's the pitch. It is low, 1-0. 1-0 Jeeps. Cats bat here in the home half of the fourth from Alvin C. Rookser Field. Play Hof straight away in the outfield after a nice catch out there by Schote earlier, the 1-0. Backhanded by Leakin. 2-0. Hof in command of this count with Jacob Albrand on deck. The 2-0 runner takes off from first base. They bluff a throw down there, and the pitch was in for a strike, and it's 2-1. So now 2 guys out there for Hof. So he tries to give the Cats now a lead with the base hit. Hof at 342 coming into tonight's festivities. The 2-1 offering outside, again backhanded by Leakin. Here in the last few batters, Piper has been behind in the count to these guys. Three and one now to the hitter Hof. Cat runners at second and third. The 3-1 offering. Hof sprays it down the right field line, twisting toward the Cat bullpen, and it's going to fall idly down there. Now it's 3-2. Again, chasing those balls off the infield portion or the fair portion of the playing surface. You get dicey with the footing. So Piper, one pitch from getting out of this, but also Hof a chance to give his team the lead. Great matchup. The 3-2 breaking ball popped back into left. Going back on it is Merkel, and he will not catch up with it. It'll splash up against the warning track, and it'll be a 2 RBI double for Eli Hof. 2-1 Cats. So Albrand comes in to score, and so does Bartley. That ball was hammered back into left, and with the wind going out that way, that was going to be a situation. Now a conference out on the mound, and these are great learning situations for these players on both teams, especially a freshman like Piper, to go out there and battle and try to keep the walks to a minimum, give guys free bases. Albrand will stand in. This is Jacob. 2-1 Cats here in the home half of the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Albrand. Fastball misses, 1-0. Hof clean the bases off with a 2-run double. He's out at second base. Here's a delivery. Bounces into the dirt. A little different angle if you're watching us on TV. We decided to move the camera operations inside for our guy Judd tonight. We're not going to deal with Mother Nature. They throw back to second base, and back with a dive is Eli Hof. And now we come inside, and it's not rain to drop. But you can never be too safe. The 2-0 offering to Albrand. Line drive right center field for a base hit. That'll drive in Hof, and it's 3-1 Wildcats on the RBI base hit by Jacob Albrand, who went the other way. So 3-1 Cats. Jeeps took a lead heading into this half inning here in the fourth. And this has come with 2 outs. Albrand doubled. Croft grounded to second. And Wallace popped to center. And a walk, a double, and a single have plated these runs. Piper with Albrand at third earlier had 2 outs and had a chance to get out of this unscathed, but the Cats have struck for 3. Ball once again in the dirt. Leak and tried to block it, but up to second base goes Jacob Albrand. He's in scoring position. Cats 3, Jeeps 1 here in the home 4th. One pitch. Popped up in the infield. Piper will call for it near the mound off the first base side. He'll make the catch, but the Wildcats pick up a 3 spot here in the home half of the 4th inning, and through 4, they lead Northeast Dubois 3-1. We'll take a break, and we'll come back to Alvin C. Rookser Field after this. Field we go. It's the end of the line for Wildcat pitcher Cam Killian as Isaac Bartley will take over on the hill. Bartley, the senior right-hander, he comes in at 1-1 on the season. His 3rd appearance. He has started 2 games, 8 innings of work, 9 hits, 9 runs, all 9 earned. Struck out 6 and walked 3. He has not pitched since April 11th in that game against Castle, where he went the first 3 innings, and that's where that got his ERA up a bit as the Knights scored 8 runs in the first 2 innings of that affair before the Cats righted the ship. Nathan Arillo will go out to play left field. Not a bad line for Cam Killian tonight. 4 innings of 1-run baseball. Couple of hits, did not walk a batter and struck out 3. Bartley will work here against Ethan Ziegler, the Jeep second baseman. First pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Cats with 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. A lot of damage done with 2 outs. We always talk about 2-out hits. This one popped foul first base side. And Ethan down on the count 0-2 to Isaac Bartley. Hope still out in center and Jacob Albrand in right with Wallace, Weidenbender, Grant Albrand, and Nobble at the infield. Peter behind the plate, the 0-2 from Bartley. This one fouled off, first base side. Albrand and Noblet will give chase, and Philip Noblet dove after it, nearly made a nice play down there. It'd be kind of fun to dive on the ground tonight, not hitting a hard surface. Maybe get a little splash. 0-2. 0-2 the count to Ziegler as Bartley throws it, hit on the ground to Grant Albrand at second. He gobbles it up, throws on to Phillip. 1 up, 1 gone here. Top of the 5th, Cats 3, Jeeps 1. Glad you can spend part of your Thursday night with us here this evening from Alvin C. Rookser Field. As I take it, a lot of the other softball and baseball tonight has fallen victim to the weather, and I can certainly see that. Leakin stands in. He hits it on the ground to Albrand. Goes over towards his right just a bit. Throws on to Philip Noblet. 2 up, 2 gone. This is exactly what you want to do if you're a starting pitcher. Once your offense gives you a lead, come out and retire the first 2 guys. So Austin Knight, the right fielder, gets in. He a strikeout victim against Cam Killian earlier. Bartley throws it in there. It's strike 1, 0-1. Best pitch in baseball is strike 1. Big gap in left center field. Bartley peeks over the top of that glove and will come home. Fouled straight back into the screen. So he is down 0-2. Knight would be followed by Schote, the center fielder, who made a nice diving catch last half inning. The 0-2 offering. Left it up. So 1-2. Again, wind blowing really loud toward left center. The 1-2. Left that. Fastball up as well. 2-2. Luke Williams on the coaching line at third, the second-year head man of the Jeeps. 2-2. Bartley stares in, and he will cut it loose. Ball 3. Count runs full. Payoff pitch now to Knight. Slash foul. First base side. New baseball comes out to Bartley, and he will Get ready for that payoff pitch once again out here. 3-1 Cats. Bartley drops and drives the 3-2 home. Walked him. Walks the 9-hitter with 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 5th. First free pass given up by Wildcat pitching. So back at the top in Schode, who has grounded out a couple of times, one to Weidenbender at short and the other right back to the hill to Cam Killian when he was on the hill. 2 away, base runner at first, the tying run though at the plate. 2 away, here's the pitch on the way. It's a fastball that's low and outside. Wildcat bullpen dark, as is the Jeep bullpen. Bartley the second hurler summoned to the Rookser Field mound. The 1-0 offering, and that gets away from Peter, and that's going to allow the base runner to go up to second base on the pass ball. Got a glove on it. So Schode back in. Throw in back behind the runner. Ball gets away into center field, or they nearly would have had him. Knight drifted off, and they threw in behind him. 2-0 to Schode. Bryce Merkel waits on deck for the Jeep 9. The 2-0 from Bartley home. Hit on the ground up the middle. Weidenbender will charge in behind the mound. Bare hand throw on the run. Dug out by Philip Noblet. Nice play all around. Weidenbender on the charge, and Noblet saving an error. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Jasper on top of the Jeeps 3-1. More baseball after this. Back to Rookser Field. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Cats on top 3-1 over Northeast Dubois. Ross Peter will stand in. As we get ready to go here, Peter to be followed by Weidenbender and Grant Allbrand, 9-1-2 in the order against Piper, who was cruising through the first 3 innings. Ball hit on the ground, barehanded by Maringer at third, throws on and gets Peter on a nice play. 1 gone. Piper through the first 3. No-hit baseball, but the Cats got a 3 spot on 3 hits. He was nearly out of that inning unscathed. Back to the top in Weidenbender, he's 0 for 2. Pitch is inside 1-0. Logan Maringer comes in on the grass at third. Jeeps will get a man up down the left field line in their bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball dances into the dirt. 2-0. Cats bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball to Weidenbender. That misses. He's ahead in the count 3-0. Bottom of the 5th inning we play. 3-0 to Josh. And that hits him. So first hit batsman for Piper. And a 1-out base runner for Grant Allbrand, who went the other way on a double to start the 4th. Came around to score. Runner takes off, got a good jump, throw down to second base, not near in time. Allbrand took it for a strike. Weidenbender got a good jump. So Grant Allbrand 0-1 to him at the plate. Croft on deck. Piper wants a new dry baseball. He'll get it from Pace Jenkins, and we're ready to roll here. 0-1 the count. Comes the pitch. Weidenbender took off again. Allbrand bunts it down the third base line. It's going to be foul. Weidenbender had the bag stolen. So it's 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Allbrand takes it high. Weidenbender stays there at second base. 1-2 with 1 down. Cats 3, Jeeps 1 here in the home half of the 5th inning. Out here at Alvin C. Rookser Field, the 1-2, but first a throwback to second, and Weidenbender is back. Bauer went to cover. It's short. Next pitch, the 1-2. Allbrand sees it sail outside. It's 2-2 to him. Piper working out of the stretch and is working quickly. The 2-2 misses inside. 3-2 now. Benner out at second. Allbrand trying to drive him in. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. So Allbrand stays alive at 3-2 at holding here. Cats with 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 3-1 here in the 5th. The 3-2 once again, and this one is inside. So a hit batsman and a walk here. And that'll bring up Trevor Croft. He walked, or actually grounded out, I should say, to short earlier. He's also grounded to third as well. So like Coach Woolham's going to come out to the mound, and I think he's going to go to the bullpen. We will have a new Jeep pitcher here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Cats are on top 3-1. We'll tell you about the new Jeep Hurler. We'll take a break and come back after this. Back to Rookser Field, Aiden Tavis, the freshman left-hander, will come to the hill here at Rookser Field. Piper will go into right field as Piper went 4 1/3, 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, and he hit a batter. Struck out a hitter as well. He's responsible for the 2 base runners out there right now, so Tavis thrown right into the fire here with the heavy-hitting Trevor Croft coming to the plate. Jeep's going with their lefty pitchers tonight, and this is very, very valuable experience for these guys. You won't get this in your run-of-the-mill ball game, and they'll be better for it later on down the line. Here's the pitch to Croft, and Tavis throws it right in there for strike 1, 0-1. Chiefs looking for that ground ball. They can get out of it with 1 ground ball here. Cats can add on with something hit hard to the outfield too, though. That's baseball, the 0-1. Sweeping breaking ball in on Croft's hands for a strike, 0-2. Just watched it go by. Tavis would love to come in here and get a punch out. Croft obviously trying to move the base runners. Big right-handed hitter against the freshman lefty, the 0-2. Croft hits it on the ground towards third, up with it. Merringer throws on, gets his man. He cut right in front of Bauer, did Merringer. It was taking him off to his left, and they made the play. Runners move up to second and third on the ground out. 2 away, so Wallace has a chance to drive in a couple. Wallace victimized by a diving catch by Schote last inning. So Cat runners at second and third. Weidenbender at third, Grant Allbrand at second. Pitch on the way is high to Wallace. So he's up there in that lefty-lefty matchup that they make so much about in the big leagues or higher levels of baseball. Man, if they just throw it in there, hit it. The 1-0. And he got hit. And the bases are loaded now. As Tavis hit him, and Bartley will stand. He walked and scored back in that 3-run 4th. So Bartley gets in. Base is full of Wildcats here. They stranded 2 through the first 4. Tavis wants a new baseball, and they'll oblige, especially since it's wet out here. But basically a nice night for ball. Field drying a little bit as we go. And that's what you have. That's what happens if you go by forecast. It's one thing if the field's wet, you can't play, but a lot of people were doom and glooming it based on the forecast for later on tonight. Here comes the next pitch. That misses 1-0. Guess that's something that's happened in the last 10 or 20 years. You bang stuff on forecasts. The 1-0. Caught on and missed. So 1-1, bases loaded. Bartley at the plate. Jeeps down 3-1. Cats bat here in the home half of the fifth. Next pitch to Isaac. Pops him up into center field. Schote will draw a beat on it. And he will make the play. Cats leave them loaded here in the fifth. They still lead 3-1. We'll take a break, and we'll come back after this. Cat at Rickser Field. Play goes to the top of the sixth inning. 3-1 in favor of the Wildcats. I'm Kurt Gooksell. Brian Schwank back at the command center. Engineering our game tonight. So Bartley on for his second inning. Cam Killian went the first four for the Cats. Throw goes down to second base by Peter, and we are ready to roll here. Bryce Merkel will get in. Oh, Bartley, the senior right-hander, works out of the full windup. And the first pitch here in the top of the sixth hit foul, third base side, and it's 0-1. Next pitch on the way. Ball bunted right through. And it's 0-2. Missed the bunt. (0-2) upstairs. Bartley will throw the next pitch. Rifled straight back into the screen. 1-2. The Wildcat dugout man and the Jeep on-deck hitter, Reese Bauer, had a race to the ball behind the screen. Like when your players chase those foul balls. The 1-2. Hit on the ground, up the middle, through the mound. Weidenbender will have to come hard with it and throw on. Got him. Nice play by Weidenbender. And he got him. Bauer will make the play, or will step in after the play by Weidenbender. Bauer doubled his last time up, came around to score the Jeep run. Also reached on an error. That is low. (1-0) delivery from Bartley. This one popped up in the infield, third base side. Bartley will field it about 10 feet from home plate on the line. And there are two gone here in the sixth. So 2 away for Logan Maringer, who's 1 for 2. Cats about hit the Jeeps. 3-2 lead on the board, 3-1 in a low-scoring affair here at Alvin C. Bartley kicks and deals. Fastball pumped in for a high strike, 0-1. 2 away, nobody on for Northeast Dubois. Next pitch. Backed him off the plate with a breaking ball. So Maringer with a 1-1 count. Bartley drops a glove and comes home. Hit on the ground softly towards third. Wallace up with it. Comes over the top with a strong peg to retire the side. The Jeeps go quietly in the top half of the sixth. We'll head to the home sixth. Jasper 3, Northeast Dubois 1. We'll have more after this. Back at Alvin C. Rickser Field, bottom of the sixth, we head 3-1 Cats here as we have Isaac Bartley, Eli Hope, and Jacob Albrand at the plate for the Cats. So, actually, Hope leading off. Bartley made the last out of last inning. So, Hope leads off. Hope, Albrand, and Phil Noblet. Doing some house cleaning on my scorebook here. Cats had the bases loaded and didn't tally as Bartley flew out to center to end that last inning. Hope shortens up, pulls the bat back, takes it for a ball. Doubled home run deep to left field his last time up. Jeep bullpen going once again. Tavis, the lefty, throws it. Bauer will circle it at shortstop, has to throw on the run in a hurry, and it's an infield base hit for Eli Hope. Again, with the grass being thick, Bauer tried to circle and just couldn't get enough on the throw with a speedy runner down the line. So Hope is on at first, fourth Wildcat hit of the night. And that'll bring up Jacob Albrand, who knocked in a run with an RBI single earlier tonight. Throw over, back in time, the base runner. J.D. Yoakum into the on-deck circle. Would hit for Philip Noblet. Tavis, the lefty, throws right over. Left-hander looks right at you as you take your lead. It's not like a right-hander with his back toward the first baseman or the runner. Here's the next pitch. Big swing by Albrand. Comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Well, Tavis working right here. His first full inning of work came in to retire a couple of guys last inning. The 0-1 pitch, runner takes off, pitch low, throw down to second base, not near in time. It's a stolen base for Eli Hope. So 1-1 the count here. To Albrand, has a guy he can drive in here with a base knock. Ready for the 1-1. Ball slipped out of Tavis's hand. And they kept it in there as Leakin tried to jump up and get it, and he did. 2-1 now. Nobody out here in the home half of the sixth inning here at Alvin C. Rookser Field. Pause, and he breaks contact with the pitching rubber. Albrand steps out, and he gets back in right away. 2-1 with nobody out, runner at second. Cats lead 3-1. Here's the pitch to Jacob. Breaking ball misses, and Tavis has fallen behind Albrand 3-1. Cats a 3-run fourth. That's when they took the lead after the Jeeps tallied in the top half of the fourth inning for their lone run. Albrand stares out at Tavis. Here is the pitch. Low. Ball gets away from Leakin momentarily, and up to third goes Hope. Ball four. Fourth walk for Jeep pitching. First one for Tavis. Here comes Jade Yoakum pinch hitting here.
Batting for Jasper, number 3, Jade Yoakum.
So Luke Willems will come out to the mound here to talk it over with Tavis, his freshman left-hander. Again, this is great learning for these two freshman pitchers for the Jeeps. They don't want to get sideways by walking guys. I think Luke will just say, hey, just throw the ball across the plate. We've played pretty respectable defense tonight behind both of you guys. Got some bullpen work going on right now down the left field line. Cat bullpen dark right now. So the new hitter will be Yoakum here. He'll have Hope at third and Albrand over at first base for the Cats.
Again, batting for Jasper, number 3, Jade Yoakum.
So Yoakum looks at Coach Terry Gilbert, see what's on here with first and third and nobody out. Tavis works out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Yoakum. Albrand takes off running, and once again they had the base stolen, and Yoakum swings and fouls it off. Drives coaches nuts. The guys in the batter's box, and they see the guy gets a good jump. One thing, a hit and run, if you try to hit behind a runner that doesn't get quite a good enough jump, but try the 0-1 here. Allbrand stays put. Yoakum smacks it into left line drive. It'll bounce in front of the left fielder. That'll chase home Eli Hof, and it's a 4-1 lead on Yoakum's RBI single. Allbrand stops at second.
Batting for Jasper, number 5, Carter Staub.
Stamm will hit. Stamm did not start tonight. He crafted that complete game 2 hitter, striking out 12 against a good 4A team in Jeff last night. Stamm hitting here. Takes it for a ball 1-0. Carter on the season, 361, no home runs, 11 knocked in 36 plate appearances. 13 hits, first and second for the Cats, no outs. 4-1 leaders here are the Cats. Stamm takes it low, blocked nicely by Nick Leakin, and it's 2-0. On deck, Josh Weidenbender. Jacob Allbrand out at second. Yoakum the runner at first. The 2-0 to Carter. Takes a high fastball, 3-0. These are how some of these games drag a little bit when walks and wildness occurs. Runners at first and second. Here's the 3-0. Good pitch right there, and it's 3-1. Davis trying to battle back in the count, and Stamm in a perfect hitter's position here. Jasper one more here in the bottom of the 6th. The 3-1 delivery. Stamm shoots it into right field for a base hit. Piper will charge. Allbrand rounding third. He's coming to the plate, but the Jeeps mishandled the cutoff throw, and it's 5-1 on the RBI base hit. They may have had a crack at him at the plate should they work that cutoff. So Stamm delivers the base hit. Yoakum stops at second. And we are going to have a new Jeep pitcher here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Cats plate 2 more here. They lead 5-1. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more right after this. The Jeeps will summon in Ethan Ziegler to the Rookser Field mound. 5-1, the Cats lead as we play with nobody out, runners at first and second here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So Ziegler follows Piper. Tavis to the mound. So it'll be the top of the order for the Cats. Josh Weidenbender to greet the new Jeep pitcher as Ethan comes to the mound. Was playing second earlier. So he will now come to the hill. Junior right-hander. Weidenbender gets in. He is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch to his name tonight. Cats trying to do some more business here, leading 5-1. Pitch dives low, 1-0. Yoakum out at second. Carter Stamm, the runner at first. It's a tight game through the first 3 innings. Jeep scored 1 in the top of the 4th. Cats answered with 3. Now 2 more here in the 6th. This one on the inside portion of the plate for a strike to Weidenbender. 1-1 the count. We are at 5-1 right now. Cats on top. Jeeps trying to battle here and get that ground ball. The 1-1 bounces into the dirt, and it's back to the screen now. It's second and third and takes the double play out of the equation unless it's a line drive at somebody and they don't freeze on the bases. I guess there's a myriad of other things that you could perhaps get a double play on, but that would involve a lot of throwing and a lot of tagging. But baseball is different that way. Weidenbender takes it outside, 3-1. It could happen. So comes the next pitch. Walked him. So again, the Jeeps earlier in this game playing pretty crisp, but now the walks are starting to mount up, and here comes Grant Allbrand with the bases loaded. 5-1 Cats, nobody out here. And the bases are full of pinstriped Wildcats. Allbrand takes a pitch outside 1-0. Pretty good pitch there by Ethan Ziegler. Allbrand steadies the bat across the Rookser field plate a couple of times in the 1-0. Allbrand hits it wide of the bag at first, and the count squares at 1-1 of the senior second baseman, Grant Allbrand. Night lights are on here at Rookser Field, basically from the outset. Flags blowing out toward left. I'm sure we'll get some kind of weather later on, but we're going to get this one in tonight. A lot of people didn't think so. The 1-1, Allbrand takes a breaking ball inside. Boy, starting about 3 o'clock, the Wildcat JV squad and coaches and a lot of other people really went to work on this field. Get it playable, the 2-1, low 3-1. So Allbrand in command of the count here. Ziegler works out of the full windup. Here's the pitch. Allbrand hits it on the ground towards second slowly. The ball's going to stop in the grass, and they throw the ball away. One run will score. Another one will score. It's 7-1 Jeeps or Wildcats on the Jeep Air. So that ball, you can't hit a ball through this infield hardly. It stopped, and then the Jeeps threw it away at second, and here comes Croft as both Yoakum and Peter come in to score. Feinbender at third, Allbrand at second. The throwing error. Piper just tried to pick that ball up and fling it towards first. The 0-1 to Croft breaking ball. Hits it off the end of the bat. Still nobody out. It's 7-1. Again, a tight ball game through the first 3 innings, or actually first 6. It was just 3-1, but the Cats have gotten a 4 spot here to lead 7-1. 0-2 offering. Croft takes it inside and low. Waiting on an 0-2 pitch. Now it's 1-2. Feinbender takes his lead at third. Allbrand out at second, the 1-2. Curveball, Croft hits it back down the left field line. Twisting foul up against the fence near the pitcher's mound area of the Jeep bullpen. So it's 1-2 again. Pitch on the way. Misses inside. 2-2. The break even to Trevor. Ball 3, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Croft slams it into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Weidenbender will come in to score. So will Grant Allbrand on a 2 RBI base knock by Trevor Croft. And it makes it 9-1 Wildcats. So Croft slams it in there for the 7th hit of the game. So still with nobody out, Cats can end it in a 10-run situation if they get a couple of more runs. They're going to lift Croft for a pinch runner.
Running at first base for Jasper, number 3, Nathan. Oh, I'm sorry, that's number 3. Pardon me, number 7, Nathan Below. And batting for Jasper, number 18, Andrew Wallace.
So Wallace will stand in. Rouleau runs it first. Throw over, back. Wallace hit by a pitch, flew out the center, and grounded back to the hill. Cats are busting it open here, 9-1. Pitch to Wallace, slow breaking ball. Dances in for a strike, and it's 0-1. 9-7-1 for the Cats, 1-2-1 for the Northeast Dubois Jeeps, the visitors tonight. Ethan Ziegler throws over to first base. Back in time is the courtesy runner. Here comes the next pitch, and it got away from him. It's outside, and it's 1-1. Wallace, left-handed hitter. He's hit the ball well since coming into the lineup a few games ago, the 1-1. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. Jeep infield has an opportunity to turn it over here and get that double play ball, the 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Wallace steps out momentarily. Again, waves his bat across the plate a couple of times. He awaits the 3-1. Ball 4. So first and second now for the Cats. So Bartley will stand in. Luke Williams going to come out to the Rookser Field mound once again. We'll see. We have another pitching change here. Bring a fourth reliever to the mound, or a fourth pitcher to the mound, and it looks like we will have a new Jeep hurler. Cats lead 9-1 here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. They're working on a 6th spot right here. We'll take a break. We'll come back to Alvin C. Rookser Field after this. At Alvin C. Rookser Field, Eli Show will become the fourth Jeep pitcher on the ball game. Cats lead 9-1, nobody out. Runners at first and second here, as Jeeps are in danger of getting punched out here in 6. Again, it was a 1-0 Jeep lead in the top of the 4th before the Cats got 3 in the bottom half of the 4th. Now 6 more here in the 6th. Jason Mayer will step in to be the first man to face Schote here, as the Cats still operate with nobody out. So we're ready to go.
Batting for Jasper, number 12, Jason Mayer.
Of course, tonight we're anxiously awaiting the NFL draft. And that's all you'll hear about the next 2 days. Like I said this morning on our 7:30 Sports, somebody could hit 10 home runs tonight in a Major League game. I'm talking about one player. Or somebody could score 100 points in an NBA game tonight, one player could. And you wouldn't hear anything about it, because it's time for the NFL draft. As Mayer stands in, he takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. And that's fine. We all love NFL football. But first and second, Mayer at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That goes low. Starting to cloud up a little bit. We've beaten the rain so far out here tonight. Got an early start, about an hour earlier at 5:36. Here's the next pitch. Runner takes off towards third. Throw down to third. Runner's on the corners. I don't know if they got a sign mixed up or not there. With runner takes off. First and third now. 9-1. Mayer here. Chance to drive in at least one with nobody out. Runners at first and third. They take their leads. Here's the pitch. right down the middle for a called strike. Colts are on the clock, if you will, like everybody else. They'll pick 26th. Next pitch, Mayer hits it on the ground wide, the bag at third. They hit big time last year. You knew they would when they took Quentin Nelson. Guy's an American bad. I'm going to use the three-letter word, starts with A and ends with SS, as he's a great offensive lineman. The 3-2. Mayer hits it on the ground to third. Up with it, Maringer. The run's going to come in to score, and he bobbles it. It's a Jeep air, and it's 10-1. First and second now for the Cats, and they're on the verge of getting knocked out, speaking of the Jeeps. So the inning continues here. Daniel Berg will hit here. So Berg gets in. 10-1 Cats. Outside. Then, of course, later on in the draft, they got Darius Leonard to become a great linebacker. Not a lot of people saw that coming out of South Carolina State. But he was really good for the Colts. The 1-0 pitch. And as I just got done talking about how people will be talking about the draft, I just went on a 7-minute soliloquy about the NFL draft. So that's the power that has over me. As Nick down there with his San Diego Superchargers shirt on. The 2-0. It's upstairs, and it's 3-0 with nobody out, and Berg at the plate. No, he did. I'm not for sure if he called that a strike or not. 10-1 Cats are on top. Schote will bring it in. And now it's 3-1. So Berg up there, man at second base. If they can hit the ball somewhere square, perhaps chase in that go-home run, as they call it. Jeeps trying to fend him off. Berg swings back deep into left center field, and that'll do it. It'll get down up against the boards, and it's 11-1 Cats on the Berg extra base hit, and the Wildcats win it here in 6 innings, 11-1 over the Northeast Dubois Jeeps as Berg put a charge into that one. We'll take a break. Cats win it 11-1. We're back with more after this. Back to Alvin C. Rookser Field. The Wildcats win it 11-1. 11 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Cats. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for Northeast Dubois. Wildcats again took a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th after the Jeeps struck for 1 in the top half of the 4th inning. And after that, Wildcats a big spot here in the bottom half of the 6th where they scored 8 runs to win the game in the 10-run rule here in 6. For the Wildcats, Cam Killian went the first 4 innings on the hill for the Cats, 2 innings for Isaac Bartley in the contest. The Wildcats with the win. They are now 12-4 on the season. The Jeeps dropped to 1-11, but they are promising with a lot of their young players that they got in their pipeline. They threw out a couple of freshman pitchers, the first 2 guys to the hill, and Colby Piper did a nice job through his first 4 and a third, then followed to the hill by Tavis, who also has pitched well at times this year for the Jeeps. So these 2 teams will go looking for their baseball heading toward the tournament here in a couple of weeks. So once again, the Jeeps and the Wildcats here at Rookser Field tonight. Great effort by the Wildcat team, their coaches, Shane Werner and crew, getting this field ready and beating the rain here tonight. And also good the Northeast Dubois Jeeps could accommodate the game as well by coming over here an hour earlier to start at 5:30. So overall, not a bad night for ball here at Rookser Field. 11-1 Cats win it over the Northeast Dubois Jeeps. I'll wrap up our coverage tonight here on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Appreciate Brian Beezer-Schwank back at the command center as he dealt with this fluid situation and the time of the game tonight and all that went into the contest here this evening. Also for Jeremy Marcos on 18 WJTS with our video. In fact, this game airs tonight at 10 on 18 WJTS. Cats win at 11-1 over Northeast Dubois. For everyone involved, I'm Kurt Gooksall saying good night from Alvin C. Rookser.